Yo, what's up everybody, my name is Zin and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be playing Moren for you guys in patch 3.0. I have not shown you guys the enchantments to use on Moren on the channel yet, because after the patch, just haven't really been playing him much, but here I am going to be showing you guys, and honestly, to nobody's surprise, we are going to be using the very standard yet very efficient shield and death sickle set. This, honestly, I'm pretty much using it on 80% of my junglers at this point. You know, every single ADC besides Violet, I'm using it on Moren, Slims, Fennec, Lindas. Everybody uses this set because of how strong it is. And not even just ADCs, Assassins too. I'm using it on Nakaroth, Kriknak. It is just so strong. Anyways, let's get right back into the game where I can start to explain just how we were able to demolish the enemy team with eventually we were doing like 4k crits with our first skill. 4k crits, of course it's a double shot, so it was like 2.2k crits a piece, and you guys, it's just disgusting how hard we were scaling up. And as you can see, we're going from blue to red, and it is pretty difficult, to be honest, to be doing your jungle clear on Moren. He's very weak early game, and that is definitely his biggest downfall. There you can see we're going to pre-order boots, as you want to be doing on every ADC. And here you can see that I'm not even going to go bot lane because the bird from the lane actually got vision of me in my jungle clear. So the Wukong knew I was coming. You could even see in the chat, he was like, oh, don't gank me. So he definitely knew. He was just taunting us. Here, we're just chasing them. And I don't go for the Sentinel here because I know how weak Moren is early game. I knew it would take a very long time for me to try and get that Sentinel, and it would just not be worth it. Moren is not like other heroes like Kriknak or Lindas where you could burst down that Sentinel. He's going to be taking a very long time. So honestly, it was better to just ignore it and do something else along the map. Plus, something I would like to share with you guys, something I like to do in a lot of my games, pretty much every single game, is ending up back into your jungle clear where the first buff you started on is spawning. What I mean by that is we started blue buff, and now we are back at the blue buff right away. Again, as soon as it's spawning. Here you can see the first blood goes down at bot lane, but yeah, what I'm talking about is you want to end up back inside of your jungle clear. So usually I like to do the objective that is right next to where I started my jungle. In this case, it's top lane. Usually I always start blue, so it's always going to be whatever is top lane. In this case, it was dragon, so we're just going to go and opt for that. And then as soon as we take that objective, we can instantly just go back into our jungle, and it's really effective, especially on very slow heroes like Moren, who are just very weak early game. You can't be outside of your jungle for too long. You can see at top lane now, there's a little bit of action going on. The Marja got a few kills, and then she ended up getting collapsed on it. Now you can see we're going to just do Sentinel. There's nothing else for us to do, so it's a pretty good play here. And right now I think we can go bot lane and take this tower, because everyone else is top lane right now who just collapsed on the Marja, and the Wukong was just mid, so this could be a very easy tower. So I'm just stacking off it. You can see the Wukong coming down. I can't believe he actually runs into that, but we are able to just predict where he's going, kill him with our ult, and actually what killed him there was the dragon. I believe, yeah, you can see that we just barely had the dragon buff still, where you deal damage over time. It's like a poison tick. That was what killed the Wukong there. I don't think he would have died because, again, Death Sickle, he had it. So he was just living with like 1 HP for the longest time. Here you can see we're just taking the small camps. And guys, small camp invasion is super important. You can get so far ahead if you can just invade small camps. Here you can see we ult onto the Lindas, and I'm being super aggressive right now. Why? Because I have 8 stacks, I have my shield still, and I have Death Sickle, so I know I can just be in their face, and really it's going to be so hard for them to burst me down. You can see we're just in this massive fight. I still have my shield because they haven't done enough damage. Here you can see I finally get my shield because they're starting to burst me down fast enough. The Yeno actually flickers for us and tries to kill us. Even if she did get onto us, we still have our Death Sickle, so she could not have done it. Actually, looking down now, I don't think we do have our Death Sickle anymore, so it's a good thing that she could not get onto us. But yeah, you would think that with a rune set that is so defensive that you wouldn't be dealing much damage, but honestly it's the other way around. When you have these defensive runes, you know that you have that backup. It's like a second support almost, and you can just be so aggressive because you know, hey, wow, I still have my shield left. Oh, I still have my Death Sickle too. Let's just go in. Let's risk it. Be aggressive. And I think that this set is way too strong right now. To a point where I think if your entire team still has all of their Death Sickles and the enemy team does not, and it's equal skill level, then the team with Death Sickles are almost always going to win. Because they can just be a lot more aggressive and in their enemy's face. Here you can see we land a pretty nice ult onto the Grok. able to get a kill, and now we're just going to go straight into the dragon, not wasting any time, because I want to get out of this early game phase ASAP. Moren is so weak in the early game. Probably one of the slowest first jungle clears in the game for an actual ADC. Not anywhere near Fennec, which is the video that we posted yesterday. And again, guys, we're just back at this blue buff. Nothing too much of a big deal, just kind of tracking it in our heads, like, oh, when's this buff going to be up? Saw someone in the bush there. It was the Crixie, so we're being super aggressive again, just knowing, hey, I have the shield. And it actually helps Moren a lot because I have the stacks. Now I have movement speed from the shield. It is so much defense that it's just out of this world. Along with Teamy, I always have his ult. I have him just funneling me with his passive. This duo is very strong, Moren and Teamy. A lot of times in pro matchups, when they do pick Moren, they go for a Teamy as well. They'll go Moren side lane, Teamy support, and duo lane pretty much the entire game. We actually did this in the Valor series versus EU, because you can funnel the Moren to late game, and as soon as he gets late game, you're going to be dealing insane amounts of damage. And yeah, as soon as you get late game with Moren, it's over. The enemy team pretty much already lost, because you can start seeing the crits are coming out, and Teamy doing a very good job here, just sitting in the jungle, realizing that his passive is amazing with Moren. He wants to get me super fed as well. He realizes, hey, I know the destructive power of Moren in the late game. Let's go amplify that even further by starting to jungle with him. I wouldn't do that right away. The Teamy is starting to do it at a perfect time. You want to be doing it sort of near the mid game to late game. Early game, Moren needs his own farm, in my opinion. Here we're just going behind the tower. Teamy's able to stun. I am able to follow up, use my ultimate, and I didn't want to commit too hard because I did see the Grok. So I backed off a little bit, and we were actually able to dodge the hook, which was very nice. You can see here that Zuka dives in, actually gets the tower without any minions. That's something that you could always do. Here again, just trying to go back straight to the blue buff, but unfortunately I'm a little bit too slow, and we are not able to secure it because the Lindis dragged it out to a bush. Now we're just going to collapse onto this Wukong, and I think he actually manages to escape. I have no clue where he went, but you can see he is just gone right now. No clue where he went. It's like a magic trick. He was there 1 second, then poof, he's gone. I think he must have went around the towers or something. I literally have no clue where that Wukong went. But yeah, anyways, here we are just coming back to mid lane. Look at the damage, guys, on this Crixie. She has to use her immunity orb. We're just going to stun her very quick. And actually, we don't even get the kill because we get stunned by the Wukong. Even the Wukong, though, realizes he is terrified of me. Usually it's the assassins killing the ADCs, but right now the roles are reversed, and we're just massacring their entire team right now. And yeah, honestly, I really like ADCs in the jungle right now. I like Fennec a lot. I'm thinking of actually adding Fennec to one of my main junglers at this point because I like him. He's strong, he's reliable, consistent. Maybe not the same with Moren, because one of the downfalls of Moren is what I was talking about. His early game is so weak. His jungle clear, like I said again, one of the slowest in the game, definitely hinders him a lot. His mobility is quite awful, to be honest, as well, which is why this new rune patch helps him a lot. He's able to get that more defense, and with the shield he has more movement. Anyways, look at this, guys. Look at the damage on this Darkslayer. That's how you know you reach late game, when you're taking a Darkslayer in a second and taking out their support like that in 3 shots. Here we're just pushing into their blue buff again, being super aggressive. We've not let up this entire game with the aggression, and it definitely shows. Look at that Yenna. She is down to like 40% HP with 1 skill. Look at this Lindis, by the way, guys. Boom, boom. 2.3k crits apiece. Wukong, I know, is going to be up here clearing wave. Look at that. Like 4k damage in 1 hit, and he goes down. Yenna using her immunity, but it is not going to be enough, and we're actually able to get a double kill. Guys, this is the power of Moren. I'm just going to drop my dragon here. Usually you don't want to drop the dragon mid, but at this point I don't care because I know we're about to win in like a second. I figured Grok was about to flicker onto us. I tried to move out of the way, but it was not fast enough, and he was able to catch us. It's not like it matters at this point. We are just tearing up all of their HP bars. And at this point, you kind of get the picture of who's going to win this game, I hope. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase Moren for you guys and let you know that ADCs really are making a comeback in the jungle. They used to be the only viable junglers at one point, you know. It was all just ADCs. It was Violet, it was Fennec, it was Lindis. Those 3 were really just the only junglers that were super viable, super meta. Then it started shifting towards assassins only, and now we're starting to see a good mix. We're starting to see ADCs and assassins due to this rune set. How many combinations you can make and how much things it actually makes viable. It's really interesting. Anyways, here, look at the damage, 37%. We tanked 20%. We probably could have done more, but the enemy was actually terrified of us. Whenever we tried to move up and be super aggressive, a lot of the time they ran away because they were scared of the damage. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Hope you all enjoyed the video, learned something new. If you did learn something new, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And come check out my streams every day, 5 p.m. Eastern, where you can see me playing games just like this. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you all tonight in the stream.